People who had messy rooms as a kid, are your rooms still messy? Why or why not? Yeah, but I clean it every week, and it gets progressively dirtier as the week goes on. I feel once or twice a week is a good rate. I think my parents constantly pestering me about cleaning my room made me not want to clean it. Now I love cleaning my room. My whole apartment actually. It is therapeutic somehow. I think generally, when people have their own house they are more willing to actually clean, because they know most of the messes left around are made by them, and how to clean them. Personally, I try to do a sweep of my room, not a self-sustaining adult yet, every night before going to bed. It tires me out, and makes me calm. This is great advice. I'm a self-sustaining adult, but just doing a 5-minute put things away sweep on my way to bed is relaxing, and calms my mind knowing I won't wake up to the mess and hate myself. My room reflects my current state of mind, I've found. If it's tidy and generally doing well, and optimistic about life. Got a flawed robe going on, then not so good. Peaks and troughs, I suppose it. How has no one heard of the term flawed robe? I realized this myself as I was responding to this post. If my room is messy, I'm probably depressy. Lol. I feel like, if my room is messy, probably depressy needs to be in one of those basic bitch quotes people have hung in their kitchen like live laugh love. I'm gonna cross stitch it. I'm going to make it into a song. Interestingly, I discovered my room was messy because I didn't have enough space. Now I'm in my own house, it's tidy and everything has its own place. Similar story here. Growing up everything was a mess. I got my own place as an adult and everything was still a mess. Finally it occurred to me that, if I actually had places to put things, then I wouldn't have to be picking shit off the floor all the time. I invested in bookcases, dressers, an organizer for my kids' toys, shelves, and a storage bench. I also got rid of stuff that I didn't really want, but only kept out of habit and obligation. Lo and behold, my house is pretty fucking clean now. I guess it came from spending the first 27 years of my life in poverty. But I never felt comfortable purchasing furniture. I couldn't stomach the cost, and felt so guilty about such an unnecessary expense. Really, though, the quality of my life has gone up exponentially. I got what I could used, and other things I got new, but searched for good prices on quality items. For under $1,000 my house now feels like a pleasant place to be, and cleaning is easy now. Edited to add that I do not have a big house either. Just a combination of having adequate storage and getting rid of junk did the trick for me. I'm much like that. I don't think my wife understands. I grew up in a house with lots of neat antiques and an excellent workshop. We got married, got a house, and couldn't afford much of anything. Then my parents got older and sick, and we had to care for them. We simply didn't have any extra money for useless storage and decorator objects for 30 plus years. I still collected high value used tools and collectible objects for cheap, and I think my wife resents that I have my stuff and her hobby is reading. Parts of our house are kept pretty nice. Finally we have some fun money, and I'm thinking that now with freedom to spend a little money I can restore or display some neat stuff, work on the house, and not just have shabby items sitting around as future projects. My wife never grew up around a creator or craftsman or tool freak or collector and struggles to appreciate how I get joy from stuff. My S/O is like this too. Your explanation of it helped me a lot. I can't wait until all of his things have a place, and he has space to work on projects. Up until I was a senior in high school, my room was absolutely atrocious. Nothing was organized, clothes never put away, bed never made, etc. I even had the closet like in the cartoons, where you open the door and everything falls out, burying the person who opened it. I was always a slob, but then all of a sudden one day a switch just flicked, and I said I should clean my room. I've been spotless ever since. Been clean and organized for 13 years now. Sometimes it just hits you, and you say I gotta do something about this. In my house, we call that sort of door opening stuff explosion a crapalanche. Apostrophe. It's what I like to call organized chaos. Everything's on the floor, but I know what's clean, and I know exactly where everything is. Yes, me too. I have too many things I don't need and don't have a place for. But I hate throwing things away. Throw them away. No, don't. Donate instead. Mess sometimes that just means it clutters your car. No. The older I got, the more a messy room stressed me out. It was a gradual change though. I realized that my room gets messy when I have so much going on that I don't have time to clean it. Hence the stress correlation. Come home. Drop stuff. Pick up stuff. Get out. Repeat. Any few hours of free time needs to be spent vegetating for my sanity. If my room stays cluttered for a month, that's just a reminder that I don't have time, which only adds to the stress from being busy in the first place. But when I get a chance to finally do the deep clean, it's heavenly. I'm currently in that process now. As a parent of 3, I can't relate to this more than I already do. I was a slob growing up, and alas, still am, nearly 50F. I was also the kid at school hostess and or locker looked like a bomb hid it. I admit to my slobbery as a major character fault and keep it contained to my bedroom/office and clean it weekly. If I don't, it gets away on me. The rest of my house, I don't allow to fall in disarray for long. But I deliberately have a dishwasher or that shit would just get very bad. I've honestly had nightmares about my lockers through 12th grade. Cleaning it out at the end of the year was always an adventure. Knee-high stacks of papers with mysterious artifacts sandwiched between. Shoes I hadn't seen for 6 months. Dishwashers are a godsend. I'm thinking of doing some spring cleaning and paring down our dishes/cutlery to no more than 1 dishwasher load. I'm pushing 50 now and long ago acknowledged that my slobbery is not gonna get fixed, but I can manage it. I live alone, so I might have a couple plates, cups, etc. I have a minimalist lifestyle because I know I won't keep my place tidy. I live in small apartments, so my mess can't spread far, and I clean weekly. It has gotten to weigh on me a few times, especially when my mental health is bad, so I stay on top of it as much as possible. As a kid, my room was pretty messy. I would play with my toys and not pick them up, or if told to pick them up, just throw it all under the bed or into this desk I had. I think what changed was that I started eating in there and not picking up old food, and that got to smelling pretty bad. My mom would always be mad about it, rightfully so. Then I started liking girls, and the idea of them coming over to my room with a big mess didn't appeal to me, so I started cleaning up. Now I keep my whole apartment pretty clean, but I live alone, so it's pretty easy picking up after yourself. Sometimes when I work a lot of extra hours it starts catching up with me, but I don't let it get atrocious. My GF is in the process of moving into my long-term bachelor pad. All of a sudden there's candles, plants. My pillows are always juiced and smell like lavender. It's amazing. So many goddamn pillows though. And a million blankets. Oh man, so many pillows just to go on the floor at night. Makes her happy though. I bought a bed in a bag that came with 5 stupid fucking pillows that you can't sleep on because they have shit sewed onto them. They've been on my floor since I bought them a year ago. My cats are slowly shredding them. They are happy. You better believe it. I always hated making my bed as a young child and never did as a teen. It just seemed pointless to me. I married someone with similar views, and our room is a comfortable mess. It's not gross or anything, but it definitely wouldn't pass a mom inspection. The rest of the house is pretty tidy except for dog toys lying around, but the bedroom is for relaxing. We even have separate blankets, since she is a blanket hog while sleeping. Does it look terrible? Yes. I don't have to play tug war every single night though. It's nice having and so with similar tidiness habits. One less thing to worry about. I'm about to go down a similar road. However, both me and my GF are slobs, and I fear that we won't get it under control when we start living together. If you're really worried about that, then take control of it. Cleanliness is a habit, not a chore. You develop it slowly over time. My advisors have company over often. Nothing inspires you to clean more than having a party or gathering. Then you'll slowly start doing it more. If you're both comfortable in a messy place though, then screw it. Be slobs. Live how you want to live, not how you think you are supposed to live. We fell into that trap early in our relationship and caused a lot of tension. My room was a disaster as a kid and my house and my car are still. I hate that I'm this way, but I'm never successful for long in trying to make it better. It's like a diet. I know what I should do. I just can't seem to put it into practice. Open bracket. I feel like a cheater with my car. The cab stays pretty spotless, but the trunk. Oops. I feel that maybe the cab stays clean because I just keep putting everything in the trunk. Mayo. Yes, it's probably ad. I leave half-done projects around everywhere. I'm not a filthy slob. Things get cleaned and vacuumed. There's no clothes on the floor. No garbage lying around. I fold laundry and run the dishwasher and all that. I just tend to stop what I'm doing, wander off to do something else, and then by the time I remember it, there's a whole layer of stuff I need to deal with all in one area. It's kind of like the 50 tabs I currently have open. If it's not in plain sight, I'm going to forget it. I plan on investing in glass door cabinets one of these years, and literally everything will be visible and also put away at the same time. No, surprisingly, I make my bed every morning and tidy up my room daily. I won't sleep or work well if it is a mess. I make my bed every day too. I don't feel right if I don't, and it ruins my productivity. It's like a ritual that turns on my brain and makes me feel like I'm in control of my life. My entire apartment is messy now. I have issues with executive functioning. I suspect due to ADD, but I haven't had the money or energy to seek treatment yet. I look at the mess and get so overwhelmed I don't know where to start. So I just don't start. If you can, definitely look into the ADD thing more. I'm in the UK, so it's free for me to speak to a doctor. Just horrendous waiting lists. But it gave me more energy when I found out more about it. It lifted my mood. I'm in the US, so it's definitely not free for me. But I do want to schedule an appointment later this year. Probably after I move into a cheaper place, so I can save up some money to afford treatment. I have never made my bed and never will. Apparently that's actually healthier. Bacteria and things do better trapped in a made bed instead of a messy bed that is airing out. This is what I tell myself too. Yes, because I was lazy then, and now I'm still lazy. Yes, ADD and kids. Shit, I find my life hard enough without having kids. How do you manage? I'm impressed. I'd love kids one day, but worry I wouldn't be much good to them. I'd love kids one day, but worry I wouldn't be much good to them. Don't worry like that. Can you love and provide for them? That's a major part of parenting right there. Mother of 3 wonderful girls. All almost adults. Close bracket. Thank you. That's definitely reassuring. I'm a mom of 3 who has PTSD with all the chaos that comes with it. My kids are all adults now, and they tell me that they feel like I was a great and supportive mom, even though I worry that I failed. I give them love and support to the best of my ability. Time and connection were the best things I could give them. It's enough. My room can get a little messy, but for the most part I keep it clean. Turns out the reason I kept it messy, according to my psychologist, was because I felt out of control and needed a way to both exert control in my life while also rebelling against my parents. Finally, I question for me. The answer is yes, but I'm working on it. I'm getting tired of being a slob. I want to change my ways. Hell no. I grew up as a messy room kid. So bad that my dad eventually gave up after I told him that I was never going to clean my room and that he should shut the door if it bothered him. Sometime around college my sloppiness started to get in my own way and started to seriously distress me. It became a real topic of introspection that I found relates to so many other things. It's a sign of mind that needs some attention and fine-tuning and improvement. Certainly a symptom of depression and or anxiety. At a certain point, around my mid/late 20s, I became more or less a minimalist, though I still have a few drawers here and there filled with random junk. My bedroom now consists of nothing more than a bed, a side table with lamp, a TV stand, a TV and a single poster. It's of the carpet pattern from The Shining. Since I knew at least one person would wonder what it is, I've thrown away almost everything non-essential or meaningful, and my apartment stays clean all of the time, except for occasional sweeping or dusting / tidying up, because I can fit almost all of my possessions into a hatchback, with the exception of household items like my bed, desk, couch, etc. Throw all of your stupid shit away, or give it to someone. Hell, put it on the curb with a free sign. I did this with a crappy bike I knew I'd never ride again, and didn't want to see anymore. And it was gone in less than a half hour. See ya. Never have to think about it again. Throw out all of your stupid junk and free up your mind a little. Let's put it this way. I can find anything within seconds and reach to it in shortest possible way in accordance with its priority, as things most frequently used are in closer proximity and those who aren't used frequently but are needed sometimes in dire situations are always in line of sight. I used to live like a slob, not dirty and unclean. Just leave everything lying around, not putting anything away. It sounds dumb, but forcing myself to clean and organize became integral to changing my lifestyle. So now my room is always tidy and organized. Definitely not. My room was a decent size, but there wasn't really storage space. The storage space, bookshelves, available was half taken up by my family's stuff they stored. Also because I didn't like getting rid of old books, etc. Now I'm incredibly tidy. I enjoy tidying and cleaning, and don't like there to be any less. Everything has a place. Yes, but it's not my fault. My room was messy as a kid because I had to share with my brother. Now I share with my wife and it's messy. When I was single though, no mess. There's a difference between unclean and untidy. Rooms should always be clean. However, they don't to be incredibly tidy. I never understood the boomer attitude that rooms need to be 100% tidy at all times or it's a reflection on you. It's your personal space FFS. As long as it's not so messy that it creates a trip hazard, what does it matter? Nope. In my 20s I lived in so many situations with nasty housemates that stressed me out to the point I didn't want to come home. Never again, except for that year or so after my divorce, when I just couldn't. I struggle with it a lot. When I was kid it was toys, clothes, garbage, etc. Turns out that really hinders your ability to get organized, which leads to really messy rooms. Now that I'm in college it's just papers everywhere and a bit of laundry that tends to pile up sometimes. I always wondered why I struggled to tidy. Turns out I probably have and I've booked an assessment. My desk is currently covered in paper, the floor with clothes. My books are still alphabetized, but only because I can't concentrate enough to read them. I'm really surprised there's not more answers here. Yes, and the reason is add disassemble. Yes, because mine was. My mom would send me in to clean, and 2 hours later she'd come back, and it'd be reading a book, or doing a puzzle. Room still a total mess. Big surprise I was diagnosed with that in high school. Once I moved out, and got my own place, I tried to be a lot more clean and tidy. Lived with a few people who were total slobs and it drove me insane. Live by myself now, and keep things quite clean. Another ad haver here. I keep a notebook for the thousands of distracting thoughts that pop up when trying to clean. Otherwise I wander off, and next thing I know, I'm climbing through boxes in the garage looking for fake plants to decorate the tops of my kitchen cabinets. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.